I'm Alan Cumming, and you're watching Sky Guide.
Every city has its hidden lair, the concealed corners and eccentric characters that lurk behind the tourist trails. They tell the real stories of the streets. So join me, Alan Cumming, on an urban adventure as I go on a walking tour of some of Britain and Ireland's most fascinating cities.
I walked my tits off in this show. I really did. I was exhausted, especially the London ones, because we did the London ones first, and then after that we kind of took taxis more, because there's all the stuff the crew had to carry all these things, but some of them I didn't actually. And there's some poor boy in the crew has to do the walk with a camera strapped to his head. And they do that kind of fast thing, you know, and pointing all the arrows and graphics. And I just love the idea that someone walking along miles and miles walking on a camera strapped to their head. That's not me.
My walk now heads east, then north, past a relic of the ancient Roman road of Watling Street, then onto the site of London's ancient produce market. The names give it away. To a spot that should ring a bell for any real Londoner.
There's two in London. Brighton, in which I go down the sewers. Bristol, in which I drive a crane. Liverpool, Newcastle, Dublin, and Glasgow.
I'll turn against the tide and away from the crowds to places as far from the beaten track as it's possible to go.
I saw things that I would never in a million years have, and the audience would never in a million years get a chance to. And that's really great. And my favourite thing, I think, was Liverpool, finding out how beautiful Liverpool was. And I also liked, we had a great time in Dublin. We had a great time everywhere, actually. In fact, I was doing the voiceover for it, you know, the commentary the other day, and I thought, God, I look like I'm on Prozac or something. I'm like, oh, that was great. Wow, go. And I actually thought, was there anything I didn't like? And there was. Do you know what it was? I was unimpressed by the river that was supposedly running underneath the Bristol Hippodrome. Number one, it wasn't a river. Number two, it wasn't running. It was just this dank piece of water in a kind of manhole. And I told the man, I said, I'm underwhelmed. I wanted more. I expected more. But the good thing about the Hippodrome was it really bounced back, because I you know, the dome at the top of it, I did that, and it came across. I opened the roof. That was really amazing, actually.
This is Christopher Wren's third design, but it's the design that he made up into this extraordinary 1:24 scale model.
There's a bit at St. Paul's, which of course the public can't see. I think it's a bit mean, actually, that I go, this is amazing. Sadly, you'll never be able to see this, except on TV. They have the architectural model that Christopher Wren did for St. Paul's, and it was it's enormous. It's like, you know, it's like wider than this. And it was so big so that Charles II could go inside it, and like they painted it inside like how it was going to be, and so you could go inside it and have a look and see what he thought. I thought that was great. I would love that if I got a house designed. Insist that they did it so I could walk around it before I got it built.
You know how the definition of a true Cockney is being born within the sound of Bow Bells? Well, guess what? That up there is the real Bow Bells. And this is Cheapside, and Dickens once called this the busiest thoroughfare in the world. It's kind of hard to imagine now. Also, you'll notice that there's a lot of modern buildings here. This is because this whole area was devastated by the Blitz. And nowadays, people are mostly, it's a thoroughfare to get up west, but I want to take you to somewhere very special.
The most fun and kind of interesting thing about the show for me is that the locals, I would sort of be telling people that we were filming with about something I'd filmed earlier in the day, and locals wouldn't know about it, and they were really like, what? And like, they're there to tell me their secret, and I'm the new boy in town, and I've got all these secrets to tell them. And I love that. I love it. It makes people sort of think, gosh, you know, there's more to our area than we thought, and maybe we've overlooked it, and maybe we thought we'd reached our ceiling with what we needed to know. And so it makes everyone kind of more interested in where they come from again.